How clean that is.
Yes, that's crystal clean.
Well
With the
done,
Dremel.
dude. Nice.
That's quite a thing. That's quite a thing to clean.
Dremel and a
glass.
Q-tip end on the Dremel.
Well, we got some really classic produce tonight, so I thought I'd better have a clean e-nail and a very clean bong because there's some very delicate sativa stuff to get through tonight.
Oh, lovely.
Nice.
Cool.
I see there's a cap on that piranha now.
Yeah, no, we got.
What's it, the third time now?
Yeah, no, we got two of these now because actually
Did
the
it
last
break
time
again?
the bong went,
Yeah.
the
I
piranha.
broke the whole thing. I replaced the whole thing.
Yeah, over Christmas.
Over Christmas, yes.
She went to clean the table and swept the whole thing off the table.
I did. I am the
wiped it
biggest
out.
klutz ever.
Jenga it, eh?
Silence for a moment and then moving on.
I sometimes wonder if friendships end over a bong breaking.
No.
You can get attached
Dude,
to
If
a
you drop
bong,
my mothership, you can get out right now.
Within half an hour I had
that I
ordered
own
and
one, but
paid
whatever.
for the replacement of that because I could not have actually made it through the day without feeling guilty looking at Jules in the eye.
So a little later in the show we'll be taking a look at Jules' little guilt bong. But for now, welcome to the Hotboxshow.
Hello.
And as always we'll be talking
Lang dank.
Guys, we're looking forward to a lit evening. We're going to be talking all kinds of cuck. We're going to be talking about what's the deal with Mary Jane's name. We're going to be doing a lacquer poll on doggos. We're going to be getting an update on Cannabis Can Help SA. Insta your gram. Hashtag Hotboxshow. Last chance to enter, guys. There was controversy in our DMs about it. But we'll get to that later. But for now, it's just nice to see all my friends, to see all you lovely people there.
And welcome all the people on the thread that have been
The
there for
early birds.
ages. The early birds. We've already been having a real good laugh about the early birds that are actually there. Chris, damn it. Gerber, good to see you all. Justin, where are you then? The wind is hectic. You must be Cape Town side. Have you seen some of the
Windy always
pictures
that
coming
side.
through fucking False Bay? Have you checked the wind in Cape Town?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Eben Janssen went out to go and prove that the videos that were circulating today were actually years old. He actually went out with his video and went, look, I'm here, look, it's normal.
So it was fake news from 2018.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's funny.
So guys, before we get too much into this week's show, the poll of the week is, are Narc dogs bad guys?
Oh.
I asked this because it was in Neisner or I don't know, somewhere. There was this like a little border collie Labrador thing. It's all over the pictures in the local newspaper. It's the hero. It found some fucking weed. Hurrah! The dog knows what cheese smells like. But now there is an issue. There is a victim to this. The Okudan lost his weed and he might be in jail now. And this is a big thing. There's always sniffer dogs. Mm-hmm. But also within the stoner culture, I find stoners tend to gravitate towards doggos. Mm-hmm. So it's a bit of a paradox now. So we see this nice dog, beautiful dog and all that, but are Narc dogs and sniffer dogs bad guys? What do you guys think? This guy right now is pretty bad. I'm going to tell you that.
Him? Yeah, no, he's...
Yeah.
That's Marrowbone. So what is the poll? What is the poll in its entirety?
Okay, so the options.
Yeah.
We've gone broad with 4 options this week.
20% more fun.
Are Narc dogs bad guys? All doggos rule. Narc dogs drool. They're just doing their job, man. They're fucking slaves to the system.
Slaves to the system.
They are slaves to the system.
Slaves to the system.
But
They're
they're
like
not
child
very
soldiers.
friendly. Yeah.
They don't
Like
even
child
know.
soldiers. Exactly. They
They're
were
certainly
pulled
not
into
very
it.
friendly. The very first time I was at a nightclub when it got raided, it was the Doors. I was 15. It was a very long time ago. So,
Viva the Doors.
yeah, Viva the Doors, the original one in Joburg. And the cops all raided, so we all hustled outside. And I tried to give the nice friendly doggo a little head scratch. Yeah, you can't head scratch doggos from the SAPS. They're not friendly.
No, they see that as a total threat. You put in your hand there going, hello, doggo.
Luckily, I had very fast reflexes. Otherwise, I'd be minus some fingers.
Our investment in a
Yo.
70-kilo doggo worked out this week because the Fastway courier dude, he looked like a boiled owl running from the dog. The dog came out of the kitchen and he's a year old and he's like, he must be up to 50 kilos now. He's
Did he go full bones? dogs, dude?
Well, it's just this. Every time he barks, everything vibrates now. It's like a sternum thing.
Yeah, I'd put him at over 70 by now, honestly. He's
70?
Yeah, he's
Not
a good
yet.
boy.
No, maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.
Not sure.
Ringo
Yet.
was 7.
He's obviously sat on your lap, you know what he's...
Well, yeah.
Anyway, welcome to the Guess My Dog's Weight show. Is there anyone who should say hello to before we take a look at all this weed and dad porn,
Gerber,
eh?
high school teacher just joined us. Stinky is in the house.
Are you looking at YouTube?
Yeah, I'm on YouTube. Yeah, Zorbart is aware. Dusty Grows. Obviously, Chris J.
Cool.
JC. And yeah, that's it, eh? That's who we got
Well,
on our...
for the first time in a few weeks now, since we're all back in the studio, we've kind of pulled back from interviews for a little while because we've been doing 3 interviews in an hour and a half around the world, and it's really exhausting.
Yeah, we were going to do Bradley King this week, but it's just become a bit of a timing issue, so hopefully in the future...
I know he'll be around, but it's
around.
a California thing. It's like, they're weird in California. It takes quite a long time to lock a Californian dude off. Who's on the other channel? Hello, Gerd. Hello, my man. Cindy Catty Magma. Hello, Walter Joe Wayning. There's a whole bunch of people on Facebook as well.
Cool.
So if I can have a second camera, we got some goodies to show you, because I don't know whether you were watching maybe 2 weeks ago when we were doing a very, very serious interview with Paul Michael Keitel from Schindler's, and he was telling us all about the weed laws and stuff. And there's this classic shot of Dan in one of the Zoom little boxes, chopping a load of dry sift with a card nonchalantly for 20 minutes. So if we can have a desk cam, this is what came out of it, and my goodness me, it's like this. It's a work of art.
Once again, we need smell-o-vision.
Yeah, we need smell-o-vision for this, because normally when you get a dry sift, by this time it's kind of tasteless, sort of. It's like, it smells a bit vaguely hash. But this is, I've never smelled anything like it, Dan. I've never known such care and attention on a dry sieve.
Yeah, it
So
smells
we're gonna-
like it smells like essence of jelly babies.
Yeah,
Yes, I love
it's a
it.
fruit.
Yeah,
It's
that
really,
sounds good.
really fruity. Dan, tell me about this. Is this anything to do with the dry sieve?
No, this is actually... I got some of this afternoon. This is some wedding cake.
Tight.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's damn tight. I was
Gang
amazed.
ginger
Like,
pubes, eh?
yeah.
So
And under the ginger peels, all those like crystals. It's
I
pretty
wa-
tasty.
I was given a wedding cake seed during lockdown from an old friend. I didn't know there was such a thing, actually. I thought it was all a cutting thing, a wedding cake. I didn't know you could get actual seed. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to this crashing bottle of been in the freezer for 2 weeks Nigerian sativa. It's called a Yoruba. It's from our old friend in California, Joe Pietri. So we stuck it in the ground, and we've come up with this lot, and it's got a crust on it. So I'm going to actually ask Dan to clap it,
Let's break it like creme brulee.
creme brulee it. Maybe I
But
should.
we
'cause
can do
it's-
it
Yeah,
now.
you
Yeah,
did it
let's
right
do
there,
it.
yeah, you did
Get
it
them
right
close, Jules. Get
So-
them close. Let's see how close can we get this thing.
Dab porn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Should we keep quiet and if we can hear it? I don't know though.
ASMR.
Oh, look at that. You
Yeah,
can see.
man.
You can see.
So I think I'm just going to blob that straight up. Is the nail on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just hide that on there. This is the first time I've ever tasted it. I think it's the first time it's probably grown in South Africa. It's a virgin thing. It's a virgin bong. It's a virgin nail. The only thing around that aren't the virgins is the crew, really. Have a nice day.
Solidly.
Here comes some fucking second-hand dab, guys.
The Eswatini legalization got pushed back because the Minister of Health said he got tested positive for COVID. What?
I think COVID's a solution for all problems. now.
Yes.
I think it means many things to many
Wow,
people.
that's
That smells amazing.
Got a decent smell, eh?
Man alive. You know what?
Do you smell pine in it though?
Christ.
You-
well,
it's
that's
like
a
a piney,
sativa-y thing,
yeah,
isn't it?
sativa, that's it. That's
Smells
what
like
you get.
someone's cutting
It was...
pine here.
It was a kilogram plant. It's a
big.
kilogram plant.
Jeez,
Yeah, and a
nice.
fucking massive sativa from Nigeria. Viva.
Awesome.
First time I've ever grown one. We've still got seed from the man.
Yes, I definitely want to try one of these.
That isn't going to leave the
it's gonna
building.
be a past the
That
parcel
is
one.
actually just won the Amber Cup.
I was going to say, is that the Amber Cup winner?
No, I'm still speaking Amber
my
Cup
God,
already. Because there's other cups going on.
Great.
Which we'll talk about maybe next week if I don't get too grilled to remember. But now, what's the etiquette with like
Have a dig.
with the masks in there? Do you have to put your mask on and suck the bong through the mask?
No. What?
But for Amber Cup, everyone has to bring their own dab
bong.
rig.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you bring your own rig.
Bring your own rig.
And we'll supply little acetone things so they
Unless
don't
everybody
sip up.
gets one of those little mouthpieces, and then they can just walk around with their own mouthpiece.
Let's see how it is
We'll
by
figure it
then,
out.
because
We'll brand it, we'll charge you a fucking fortune,
yeah.
as capitalist pigs.
I've been in since the last show. I've been into sort of Joburg area, and I know it's not business as usual, but it's pretty fucking jam packed. There's stuff going on.
The highways are busy again.
It's very, very irritating being out. I do as little as possible still. It's fucked up having to wash your fucking hands in and out. Like, your hands go weird, dude.
Yeah.
I've started wearing gloves to
Have you?
protect me from the sanitizers, because every shop you go into, it's a different sanitizer. Some's a spray, some's a gel, some's like watery. You do this, it flips off. I can't. I just can't anymore.
You need some little decoy hands. When you roll your sleeves like this. And you have fake hands that you just put back in your pockets afterwards.
Yeah, because it dries the back of your hand out. And
I've
crazy.
noticed.
All that alcohol just dries your hands out.
I had a list with like 4 stops in it at the beginning of the week, chores. And by the time I got to 4, I wasn't going to go on another. I'm sick of it. It's like quite taxing to remember
Even just doing
just
this
to
with a
remember
fucking
the old
alcohol
days.
wipe every time we want to share the bong. It's
Yeah, I
just-
think we should. I mean, we would do in a coffee shop in Barcelona anyway before any of this shit went down. There's a lot of these swabs around in Europe. So it's just, we're doing it now because we're being televised and we're being conscious.
Yeah.
But I've got a rig in the house that sometimes people aren't so conscious. They're there. But stoners have their habits. That's another poll for another day. We did it, I think we did it when I was at Dabadoo.
Yeah.
We were talking about it because that's like, it was right in the thick of
That
COVID.
was right, yeah.
200 people were smoking bongs. And I think, didn't you have a poll? Wasn't there a poll going on about, would you share, are you still going to puff pass or something?
Yeah, there was a poll
Something
like that. Yeah.
I wonder how people think about it now. I suppose it's not in Greece yet, smoking lank.
Yeah. I haven't bounced a joint than with anyone other than my most intimate. So I
Even
think
with my son,
I
you don't.
personally I've noticed the culture change.
that is.
There's a bit of sad news on the plot this week. If any of you watching have been to the Jazz Farm over the years, you'll know, you'll remember our stalwart dog, Zog the dog. He was 15 years old until this morning, and he's gone to the great quantum theory wormhole in the sky today. We had to put him down. We gave him an injection because it was just too much now. He was going round in circles, and we think he'd had a stroke, and we were just going to start throwing money into painkillers. So we made the decision, which was tough, man.
Yeah.
You don't get
one of the hardest
attached to
things.
your bloody animals. You really do.
The
So-
easy decisions are seldom the right decisions.
Yeah. Well, you know, you got to be pragmatic, and it's just so long. I'm so out of practice with putting a dog down. Basically, we've done it before, but it's a law. We've had this long thing, and this was Myrtle bought this dog while I was on a movie, months into our. There he is. There's my favourite picture. He's on Instagram with that picture on the left, and he's got hundreds and hundreds of likes for that.
Cool.
And an epic clean bongs. He always kept an epic clean bongs up the dog.
Yeah.
And the reason that we tell you all of this is he has done more shows than we have, because he sat here, he lay here, and his claim to fame is he fell asleep during every single one of them.
Yeah.
He was here for every show and he missed the lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you listen carefully on
Some of them.
probably 90%, you can hear him snoring gently in the background.
Yeah. He was
Oh,
our number
shows.
one fan, and I think we were all a big fan of Zog the dog. He was genuinely a quantum hound.
Yeah,
He was the best.
he was always astral travelling in his head. Leonard, I see you, man. Yeah, Leonard, and he goes way back at the Jazz Farm, Les, and he knows he's grown up with Zog as well. Indigo girl, she's a dog person of note. So yeah, it's been a sad day. There's Amy. Amy took the brunt of the tears this morning. Amy was in the house when I came back, and Myrtle and I died a little bit because it's been a long haul. It's like long before the Dagga couple. He was 5 years old when the Dagga couple came along. You know? He's seen it all. He's been there right from the beginning, seeing the challenge and rolling his fucking eyes in his head as we go down the road. You know. Yeah. So anyway, he's off to interstellar planetary.
Go travelling.
He's now another sentient being, and he's gone back to the stars. So good on you, matey. Nice one. Thanks, Control.
Glad to have known you.
Yeah, no, he's a very super cool dog. The only thing is, you used to go travelling through wormholes all day. You could go into another dimension altogether, and then at 2 a.m, you'd tell everybody.
I'll tell you, that dog has done more trips than all of us put together, probably.
He's had pretty much every entheogen there is over the years. A dabble of a thing on his tongue of ayahuasca, some Pedro. He was on oil. Well, all the dogs are on oil, just to keep him right, you know.
And one of the things I'm going to miss most about the parties here at the Jazz Farm, sometimes the parties get casual, it gets a bit late in the party.
Okay.
The hippie starts letting his boerewors roll drop a bit low. And then Zog would always gently come and attend to it, and down goes the boerewors. So
yeah, no,
I miss that, my boy.
He was very gentle like that. He was really good at scaling food. He was like a ninja.
Amazing.
Ninja on the food.
He gave the best kisses and cuddles as well.
And there's Ruan. Ruan, we're sorry for your loss this week, matey. You got another paradigm shift. There's a lot of death and change and regeneration and winter, and it's all kind of... And you know what? The vet, an ordinary country vet, said they euthanized 13 dogs last week. Because as soon as it gets cold, dogs know, and they think to themselves, oh, fuck, I'm not going to go through this another winter, am I? Yeah. They did 13 last week, and Zog was at that vet for his 6-week injections. You know, he's lived there.
Yeah, they've known him from day one.
I came out of the do it room, into the main jaw, and I had tears in my eyes. And Claire went, "I'm so sorry, man," but she's done 13 last week, so they've still got compassion for. It was cool little interaction. Fun. Grown man, 60 years old, crying in the car on the way home, going, fuck, mortality.
No, it's been a very tearful day.
It's been, anyway, it's been a pleasure to know him, and we've got big balls down there, and he's cool. We'll live to fight another day, but it's a bit of a shocker today. Anyway, about weed.
About weed, back to weed.
Back to weed. So, guys, as we say goodbye to an OG
amazing, by the way.
in the hood.
A dab is amazing.
Quite speedy, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm
Very
sweating.
much so.
Fucking sweating on that dab. I'm just going like this now. I'm thinking, what the fuck have I got underneath this?
Oh, I know what I've got underneath this, because I'm also going to have to take it off. That's when we start talking about the t-shirts later.
So, guys, before we start getting into the meat of the show, this week's poll: are Narc dogs bad guys? All doggos rule. Narc dogs drool. Just doing their job, or they're slaves to the system. Guys, please like, share, subscribe. We're going to talk a little bit about just cannabis.
No, we're going to just talk a little bit about Cannabis Can Save South Africa.
Yes, sorry.
We got
I'm grilled already, Oaks.
We got Myrtle on the line, all the way through interstellar galactic space, about 100 metres up there in the lounge.
Yeah, 2 spaces
Too
back.
cold to come down to the Hotboxshow in the winter. I don't blame you, Myrt. Good evening. Hello, my darling.
Hello, everybody.
You've been...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hello from the couch down the garden. And I'm here to report back to everybody on our week in Cannabis Can Help South Africa land. So we've been rocking on with our campaign, and it's been great fun this week, just seeing how the campaign is gaining traction. We think that the campaign in its essence will probably extend beyond the end of June. We're just going to hit it really hard during June so that we can get the conversation really going out there, and then we can extend it until September. But of course, you only have until the 30th of June to sign the petition. And I'm sure that most of you have signed the petition already. But the thing is that we need to get every single person that you come across, I know we're a little bit limited at the moment, or people on your social media to also sign that petition, particularly the younger people that haven't been around for the last 6 years that the petition has been running. That, and I want to remind everybody about our Cannabis 101 challenge. So if you go onto last week's Hotbox show on the snippet, you will see that Marlene and I were speaking about the 101 challenge, which is basically to write the first chapter of our manifesto book. And that you will have the honor of going down in history as having written the first chapter of the book, and that is to educate the lawmakers about the actual cannabis plant. What does it look like? We don't smoke the leaves, you know. Cannabis has got roots, and it's got leaves, and it's also got flowers, and it's got males and females, and so on. The response to this particular challenge has been a bit slow, and I know that there's people out there who can do it. It doesn't have to be more than about 3 pages. It can have lots of pictures and only have a little bit of text, but we really want somebody from the public to actually write that chapter for us. Dear government, this is what the cannabis plant looks like, and this is how it grows, and this is how we smoke it. Very, very simple. So hopefully somebody will rise to the challenge out there. And then later, Joe is going to tell you about this week's challenge, which has to do, and let me just tilt my screen a little bit, has to do with this T-shirt, which all of you are very familiar with. Yeah. Now, you know that because we had to cancel D-Day, Fields of Green for All is a little bit cash-strapped. We don't have too many of these T-shirts left, and we can't afford to print another big run of the T-shirts. So we would really like to sell what we've got left so that we can order more. And that's what the challenge is all about. And you'll know that this T-shirt has 52 different ways of saying Dagga, cannabis. And we are challenging you to try and remember and make a little video of as many of these words as possible, and Joe will tell you all about it and the rules. So that is this week's challenge. And then this week we've also been speaking about legacy cannabis and how to preserve what all of us are doing already so that we can go forward without too much ado. It's been quite a serious week when it comes to the content. We spoke about gender equality and sustainability because, you know, sometimes we've got to be quite serious about this. So Suresh, our dear stakeholder manager here at Fields of Green for All, wrote an awesome blog about what sustainable cannabis means and why we have to talk about sustainability in South Africa. It doesn't work to be bigger and better and try and make this huge big export market in the next few weeks. It's not going to work. It's all about us legacy cannabis people being the first in the line. So go back and have a look this weekend when it's going to be freezing over the whole of South Africa. Take your phone, read our blogs that we've published this week so that you're familiar of what that essence is that we're fighting for to try and make our cannabis industry sustainable in South Africa. And interestingly enough, we watched a webinar yesterday, Jules and I, about the cannabis industry in Canada. And they had Canadian experts. We've shared that webinar. There are Canadian experts actually saying what a mess. I mean, I could use stronger words, but what a mess it really is in Canada when it comes to their legalization model and how it's not working. And we, of course, have had the incidents of canopy growers pulling out of the whole of Africa in March, just at the start of COVID. So the serious side of this campaign is really, really important. So when you've got a chance, if you can go back and read our blog so that you know, and when you speak about cannabis, you speak about us small guys. And the guy who sells the matchbox on the corner. We've always said that cannabis is not legal in South Africa until that guy on the corner who's selling his matchbox is allowed to do that as well and put food on the table.
Yeah.
So that's my rant over for right now. And don't forget about the 101 challenge. It's nice winter weather. All of us are locked down at home. How's about getting those creative juices going? Hit that bong and write that chapter for us. It doesn't have to be long. And we would really, really like to see a South African citizen contributing that chapter to our manifesto.
Yeah.
And then Joe is going to have to unzip her hoodie and reveal her t-shirt.
Let me do that. And then I can tell you about the rules.
Yeah, and how you can do that and how you can submit our video to you, your video to us. and then next week we're going to go, with our challenge, we're going to be getting into the nitty-gritty of the regulations and what we want it to really look like on the ground. So keep using that hashtag Cannabis Can Help SA. There's a whole lot of other hashtags that you can find on our newly minted Cannabis Can Help SA page on our website.
That's a heck of a page.
It is.
Yeah, you can go to Fields of Green for all.org.za and you can click on our little South African flag logo there and get to that page. And most importantly, I'll sign off with an appeal for everybody to become part of our digital street team. So between our awesome web developer Robin and the team at Starbright and the team at THCA, they put together this digital street team pack. So I know that there's tons of warriors on the show tonight. So all the warriors, please go there, download the digital street team pack. There's everything from a banner for your Facebook, all the way through to stuff for you to print. We've got all of our sticker artwork on there. We've got videos for you to share. And if you're having any problems with the street team pack or there's something that's not there, then just get hold of us. You can phone Charlotte on our office number or you can get hold of us on our website. But I think that next week is the week where we really start to draw everybody in and then we can have a bit of fun. You know, we've also got to balance the stuff out with all the serious stuff and with the fun stuff. And if we build our digital street team between now, the end of June when the petition is due and on into the rest of the year, then I think we'll get some momentum going because this is really all about having our voices heard. And we know that the government